Alrighty. Now that I sat with the Carter's album for a week, Everything Is Love. Now I want to give my full review on it. Because the first time that I listened to it, I was like, it's great music, but it's a completely ripped off project. And I do still feel that way. Like, I just know if I was Kanye West, I'd be super pissed right now. Along with his superpowers. Kanye West and the superpowers should be super pissed. Like, it's a completely ripped off project. Like, not only did they interrupt his albums, because we all knew when Kanye West released his list of projects that he was going to be releasing. They knew that. The world knew that. And yet, even on top of when Nas dropped his album, they dropped it like at the same time Nas dropped his. Like, wow. So that was one thing. And then, even before the album dropped that week, before, when they released those photos, those images of them laying intimately, I'm not going to say naked, but they were naked. They were laying intimately in the bed, with Jay-Z in his shirt off. I'm like, okay, that's definitely a rip-off of the famous video that Kanye West did. And then, they got a song on there called Friends. And they're talking about who their real friends are or whatever. Jay-Z is going in, Tata's here, Juan here, no one is here and all that, but these are my real friends or whatever. And Beyonce, she all mad and she all different on this album, which I'm not totally upset with, or I actually agree with that, because Beyonce, she's always had that cookie cutter positive image throughout her entire career, even with Destiny's Child. Like, I don't mind her, swearing and using profane language now, because she's grown. They're both grown, so shit. Why not? But anyway, not only did they rip that off, the real friends, the photo, then they made the album short, 9 songs, which you all knew, because along with his release of the albums he was about to put out, we all knew that there was going to be 7 songs. He said, Pusha was saying that his album was 7 songs, and the rest of the album was going to be 7 songs that Kanye West all produced. So I'm like, wow, so they made it short just like his. And then, also what I noticed when I first browsed through the album list, because I did stream the album, my subconscious picked it up and it was like, something familiar, like, because I noticed that all of the song titles but 2 are all just one word, and then some of them are in all caps. And I was like, that looks familiar. Then I was like, yeah. Then Kendrick Lamar, damn album, it was all one word in all caps. I was like, Then of course with Jay-Z using everybody's flow, using the Migos flow, and he using Common's flow and words. I'm like, this project is like a really completely ripped off project. It's great, the music is great, but it's completely ripped off, whatever. But as of now that I listen to it, I just listened to it all the way again. But the music is really good. Like, the music stays in my head. Like, I will probably continue to go back to this album more than the Kanye albums. This is what I call the Kanye albums, because he produced all of those. Those are the Kanye albums. Nas, Pusha, Tiana Taylor, his album, Kid Cudi's album. Now, these are the Kanye albums. Well, I will still fuck with Pusha album. I'll still be going back. I'll probably be playing one song off Kanye album. I don't listen to Kid Cudi. Never have. Don't plan on it. It's just not me. Just not my thing. Nothing against him. Just not me. Tiana Taylor. See, there's a thing. I have a thing. I'm just gonna say this. I'm not gonna go deep into it in this video, but another video I will be going into it. Like, when did niggas start listening to R&B? But not just R&B, female R&B. Like, when niggas start listening to female R&B? Like, everybody's listening Beyonce's album. Everybody's listening and reviewing Tiana Taylor's album, SZA's album, Rihanna's album. Everybody, I was like, when did niggas start listening to female R&B? Like imagine if just back in the day, when hip hop was popping back in the day, back in my day, if I came over or you had some homies come over the crib, work. Back then that wasn't cool. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying anything to not listen to female R&B, not to listen to it. I'm just asking, when did it become cool? One thing that I noticed about the album is that a lot of the songs sort of like have the same tone, like they have the same somber mood throughout the whole album, which is an album. How I view albums, or how albums used to be viewed is that albums used to be like a concept, or albums are a compilation. It's not like a mixtape. Like it's sort of a concept, or there's a reason for an album. It's different than a mixtape. Mixtape, you can have a bunch of mixed songs together in a mixtape with no meaning. Just free verses or whatever. With a mixtape, with an album, it has to have meaning. And so I'm not against them having that whole somber mood feeling throughout the whole album. But even with the songs that I would say would be jumping, like Ape Shit or 713 or even Black Effect, like they have a bounce to it, but if you really listen to it, like if you really understand music, you understand that what tones are and like how mood when you're doing music and sounds and what it does to your molecular structure and how it makes people feel. So another way to prove my point is that when you listen to the album again, when you listen to each song, imagine hearing it that it could be at the end of an album. Like every song could be at the end of an album, or not the end, but the last song of an album. Like when you hear each song on Everything Is Love, it sounds like it could be the last song on the album. That's what I mean by the mood. You know how usually with music albums, like the last song is like that. It sounds like a closing, so it brings down the mood of the album or whatever. So that's what each song sounds like to me. You can hear it. It sounds like it could be the last song on an album, each song. But the songs that stick with me the most, like I fucks with 713. I think that's my favorite. Even though, yeah, that's another ripoff. Even though, it was a ripoff of still DRE, Dr. Dre, and Snoop. But however, I also understand why they did that song too, because as I learn more and as I study more about hip hop, because there's nothing, you can never know enough about hip hop. Like hip hop is me, hip hop is my life. It's a culture. The more I study and learn about hip hop, what recently came out, y'all might have known this, but what recently really came out in the public now, it's public knowledge now that Jay-Z actually wrote still DRE. So it's like he's not really biting Dr. Dre and them, he's only biting himself. So I'm like, okay, I can sort of get with that. So I took that back too. So I was like, okay, I'll let him slide with it, But it's still, a rip-off. Or should I say an unoriginal idea, something that's already been done. But yeah, 713, that's my shit. I like Ape Shit. I don't care what nobody else say. Yeah, it's a Migos song. You can hear it. You can tell it's a Migos song. You can hear the Migos in the background. The way the hook is done, the way Beyonce do the hook, the way Jay-Z rap. I mean, you can tell it's a Migos type song. So I wasn't like shocked or anything when they said, man, the Migos got a reference track. Like, there's a Migos song. Like, oh, man, oh well, yeah. I mean, obviously, I fucks with Boss, Friends, and 713. Even though I do agree with a lot of people when they say, Jay-Z sounds bitter and old because he's still dissing Drake. But I'm like, I agree with you. Yeah, he does sound bitter, but I still fuck with the verse. I still like the damn song. Like you can judge something and like it at the same time. Like just because I know I may agree that he sounds bitter and old or whatever. Like damn, leave Drake alone. Niggas rather work for the man than to work with me. Like nigga, let it go. I still fucks with that stuff. I still fuck with Boss. Boss is a real Boss song though. That's what Jay-Z does best, especially at this age. 50-year-old Jay, he can do that Boss talk. Jay-Z is, I don't like saying king. Jay-Z Jay-Z is the master. He has mastered boss talk. That has been his thing. That's what he excels at. Is that boss talking, and it definitely shows on that song. Never been a fan of Beyonce, so I don't really comment. Not really gonna comment too much on Beyonce because I really don't like Beyonce. Just never appealed to me. Again, that goes back to that, listening to female R&B. Like when niggas start doing that. I'm not saying anything against Beyonce, just not me. But a lot of her songs, I don't even think it was even for black people with most of her songs that she come out with. Like I'm not even sure we are our demographic. Matter of fact, they're turning her to a white woman, or white people will claim Beyonce. The lighter she gets and the more blonde her hair gets, she damn near is white now. But of course, I fuck with Black Effect. Now another song I really like too is Heard of Us. Now, I really like that song. I really love that 80s Prince vibe they got on there. I really like that song, but I couldn't listen to it every time. Like you have to be in the mood to listen to that song. I could like the Heard About Us in the first track. I think it's called Summer. Like you have to be in the mood to listen to those songs. Even though I fuck with them, they're really great songs. Especially Heard About Us, like that's a groove. I love that song, but it's just not something I would pop in. That's not something I would listen to every time I listen to the album. Or if I listen to the radio, that's not a song I would listen to every time it comes on the radio. But the grown Jay-Z and grown Beyonce, them coming together and doing their first joint album after all these years. Like shucks, they could have done that back in 2001, 2002. They was doing Bonnie and Clyde and stuff. Oh, damn, they waited 17 years to do an album? Shucks. But again, the music is great. I really enjoyed the album. Like I said, I would be going back to that album probably more than the Kanye albums, any of the Kanye albums. Fuck with the Nas. I think when I really think about it now, I probably would listen to Push albums. I think I like Push albums more than Nas because when I first heard Nas, for those first few days, I was like, damn, the Nas album is the best out of the Kanye albums. But I'm not going to put it above Push because of my lifelong problem I've had with Nas, which is why I can't put him. Me personally, I can't place him up with the real, true elite of lyricists because he's rapped the same exact fucking way since his first album. His whole career, he raps the same exact way. It's the same style, and it definitely shows on this album. Like he raps the same. He don't give a shit. He don't give a damn what type of beat it is. He's gonna rap the same damn way, just like Jadakiss. Jadakiss is like in my top 10 favorite rappers of all time. Like I know you can't tell me nothing about no Jadakiss verses or Jadakiss shit. Cause I done damn near heard everything, mixtapes, album, all. But he raps the same fucking way now that he's been fusing with Fabulous and stuff. Like his style is changing just a little bit to certain beats. Like even with Top 5, I think that was really the point where he was starting to change. Actually, no, because he had a mixtape that came out in 2012. I can't remember the name of it. That's when he really changed. I didn't like that mixtape. I only heard it once. I was like, this ain't Jada. Like, nah, I can't rock with this Jada. But yeah, Nas raps the same damn way. So Pusha, I was like, at least Pusha switches it up. Even though every song he rap about coke, but at least his flow and his style will switch up according to the beat. Like he can switch it up a little bit. But damn, Nas, he rap the same fucking way. Love him, but damn. I guess y'all don't see that. People won't see that. But I'm not here to talk about Nas's album. I just wanted to give my views on the Carter's album, in my opinion.